my lovely ladies and handsome gents. Welcome once again, or for the first time, to Talk to the Hand Reviews. My name is Bo, the Reviews Lady. And I'm so happy you're here today because I'm going to talk to you about like a freaking hardcore, super classic. Oh yeah. The fragrance is Fracas by Robert Piguet. Oops. The fragrance is Fracas by Robert Piguet. This is a super classic, people. If you've never smelled it, why not? No, you know, I don't care. But I used to sell this behind the counter in the late 80s and 90s. No, yeah, late 80s, early 90s. This is the most gorgeous, soft, feminine tuberose. And, you know, the name doesn't really match the fragrance because a fracas, it's a sudden clap of loudness or sudden something that causes people to stir. But this is a soft, feminine fragrance. If you like tuberose gardenia type fragrances, I mean, you've got to try this. It's fantastic. So I remember when I used to sell this one behind the counter. It was one that we only had like a few bottles of, and it was not in the front with Oscar de la Renta and Opium and all of those, you know, big in your face, big sellers back then. This one was on the back shelf quietly next to Nocturne by Caron and Bal Versailles. And I don't know if you've known Bal Versailles, it's another super classic. But I have loved this and I have never smelled it since I sold it back in the day. And I wanted some for a long time, but I didn't want to spend what people are asking for it now. They're asking like 180 bucks for the full size. And I tried to get it at one of the sites that I follow, and they had a tester for 130, but then it disappeared when it came time to buy. So in Canada, we have Kijiji. It's like Craigslist, you know, in the States. So we have Craigslist in Canada too, but it's just not as widely used as Kijiji. I found a guy on there selling this one with the box, and it was kind of expensive what he wanted originally for it, but then he came down like a lot, and he threw in some other great stuff too. So I ended up getting it, buying it, and I'm thrilled that I did. It still smells exactly the way I remember. I have no idea how old it is. It's hard to tell even if I look up a batch code, because batch codes repeat every 10 years, I think it is. So it's hard to know unless a fragrance is really new, you know, exactly how old it is. And this one is really old. So, hello. So I'm going to buy Fracas from a private seller. And my husband is with me. He just went to the bank. And I don't know, but you know, Fracas, it's a very, very classic fragrance. I'm really excited. I hope it's, you know, you didn't know if it's an old one or a new one, but I figure, well, batch codes don't really help with that kind of thing, because you can't really tell what, you know, batch codes repeat every 10 years, I think it is it? 10 years, 20 years? So it could be a really, really old one, yet it could say the batch code was from, you know, 10 years ago. So I don't care. It's okay if it's a vintage one. I used to sell it, you know, back in the day. I don't care if it's a vintage one, but I'm just excited to get it, you know. So I'll let you know what happens, if did I get my Fracas or not. See you later. Sorry, I don't mean this bottle is really old. I don't think it is, because it smells really good. So this is a fragrance that so many people have loved. Celebrities who wear it or who wore it because it's so old. Ava Gardner, Andy McDowell, Brigitte Bardot, Carolina Herrera. See, Carolina Herrera. She likes it. You know it's good. Dita Von Teese. Dita Von Teese. Oh yes, she does. And when she does, she's wearing Fracas. Iman, the famous model Iman. Kate Beckinsale, famous female actor. Madonna created Truth or Dare, her fragrance, which people say is very, very similar to Fracas, because Madonna's mother It was Madonna's mother's fragrance, Fracas. And Madonna's mother passed away at a young age, so it left this impression on her. And that's where the inspiration for Truth or Dare comes from. And I have never tried Truth or Dare, but I bet I'll love it. Let's see, Marlene Dietrich. And I thought it was Marlene Dietrich, but Erin Parsons said it's pronounced Marlene Dietrich. And I mean, I'm not even gonna question anything she says. She's like incredible. If you've never seen her, you should go check her out. And Rita Hayworth, another femme fatale vamp. And I always loved it, but it wasn't one of those big ones that was being promoted, so there wasn't this big hoopla around it. I was surprised to find that it's so iconic. I was like, I knew it! I knew it was good! Okay. And another fragrance that I loved that was also sharing that back shelf was Gianfranco Ferré Original, which is a fantastic feminine floral fragrance. Oh, if you've never tried it. I mean, well, I think it's discontinued now, but I mean, it's a great one. So the nose was Germaine Cellier, who also designed fragrances for Balenciaga, Nina Ricci, and Balmain. By the way, Fracas came out in 1948, and the nose then was Germaine Cellier. But in 1998, they said it was reimagined by Aurélien Guichard, who is a super famous, well-known perfumer. But I can't smell the difference between the old one and the new one. So, and I was selling it before 1998. Wait a minute. Yeah, I was selling it in the late 80s or the very early 90s. So whatever they did, they kept true. They kept true, or I wouldn't recognize it. So what does it smell like? 757 people felt it smelled like, this is Fragrantica readers, felt it smells like Madonna Truth or Dare. 427 people felt it was like Versace Blonde. That's another one of my all-time favorite fragrances. Is now discontinued. But Fracas is not. Versace Blonde came out much later. Well, yeah, much later. But it's gone. Can't find it. It's very hard to even find a vintage bottle. And when you can, they're like $300. But that's another fantastic one. One of my very, very, very favorites. 85 people felt it was like Beyond Love by Kilian. So maybe some of you know what that's like, because that's a more contemporary fragrance. 82 people felt it was like Carolina Herrera Original. Now I wore that a lot. It was the one with the little polka dot box. And it's a fantastic, feminine, very sweet floral fragrance. But I don't really think it smells like Fracas. But 82 people do. I think if you like that, you'll like Fracas, for sure. 57 people felt it was like Velvet Vanilla by Mancera. Velvet Vanilla. I don't smell any vanilla in there. And yeah, it won a Fifi Hall of Fame award in 2006. So, I really could cry in this video about how much I love about this fragrance and how happy I am to finally have gotten my hot little hands on this stuff so I can enjoy it now, a million years later than when I sold it. Do you know this fragrance? Do you have any Fracas stories? I'd love to hear them. Please leave a comment down below, or any of the other ones that are similar to it, or anything that you think is similar to it. I would love to hear it, and you know I will answer you back, because I like to. I love it when you guys talk to me. I appreciate it. And so anyways, I guess that's it for now. Thank you for joining me for this video about my beloved Fracas, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. The music died. We're dancing with no music. What will the next tune bring? Bye. Okay, I'm back.